Welcome to Peritos Solutions, your trusted cloud and ERP partner.
Another example. So we're working on another application with Loki again on training. This time the problem is like he's getting injured quite a bit. So we basically found some of the papers published by University of Sydney on how the bowlers should actually train and how they should basically train their body in a way that when they go for like a longer cricket series, they are like ready for bowling like for that long. So think of five match like one day series. So if they are playing five matches in like say in 7 days or 10 days, so they are bowling like 10 overs per match. Before match, they bowl like 5 or 6 overs just to warm up. So 16, 17 overs like every day. For that, they'll need to prepare like way in advance to have their body ready so that they can bowl to that level. Um, so the application is basically capturing data for their bowling performance in the nets for the way they ball is like they have like different intensity. They know like they're bowling with like intensity 1, 2, or 3, and then they can track like how many overs they actually bowled. And then the app basically suggests on um, like if they are targeting for say 15 overs a day for like in a month, so how they are tracking. And then there's there's an algorithm on like how they should increase on their training so that they don't get injured. So this is like one of the report. So some of the New Zealand and Australian cricket bowlers are currently using it. We created this report for Loki, and then he couldn't understand the charts because these are like too technical. So within AWS, this is done in like AWS QuickSight. So within AWS QuickSight, there's a executive summary option now, which basically describe the whole dashboard in a simple, understandable way, like what each graph is actually doing. And then you can ask subsequent question. You can create like your own charts in there as well, so that you can understand data more. He's more like a cricket player, so how will they understand the data? So a more simpler option. So these are like some of the ways AI is being used. There are like applications where you basically have to invest quite a bit. Like the mind searcher example I gave before. The newer version of the mobile app they're working on, they basically using DeepSeek model and then customizing it with their images which they capture. They started using like AWS SageMaker to do the training. It was super expensive. They did ended up like buying a server and training the model like locally on-prem. And then they found like running the server locally is expensive as well. So move back to AWS. Um, so yeah, there are like the finding those kind of like use cases and then working on those use cases. That's one of the main problem at the moment. But still, like the more investment is going on from like all the different industries, trying to see where it fits and what kind of problem it solves. That's pretty much it from my end. Any questions, anything, feel free to ask. Happy to answer.
Thank you for watching. Get in touch if you're keen to discuss more.